A rear kitchen fifth wheel by Alliance with a bath and a half and one of the largest closets in the RV industry. I think you're gonna like this one. Let's check it out. What's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am super stoked for this tour. This is the first time I have ever walked in an Alliance, and I'm doing one of my favorite floor plans in the entire RV industry, one of those rear kitchens with a bath and a half and a massive front closet. This thing is gonna be freaking sweet. You guys are gonna love it. This is the 2025 Alliance Paradigm 382RK. And as we walk through this unit, do keep in mind this is the first Alliance, so I'm learning a little bit with you. So if I miss something, you know, don't shoot the messenger here. But one thing I noticed on the outside right off the bat, and we will go inside like we normally do right off the rip, is their paint job is going to be one of the nicer paint jobs in the RV industry. So they kind of took a playbook from the motorhome side where you can't really feel the decals, which means they put it on, trim it down, then buff it out. And that's what's going to give you this really nice high glass fiberglass, or messing up the words there, one of those high gloss finishes for the fiberglass. So really, really beautiful exterior. Drop your comments. Let me know what you think as we go through this camper. Again, it's the 2025 Alliance Paradigm 382RK. All the specifications, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes will be down in the description, but let's get into it. So right when I walk in, I mean, if you guys have been here for a while, you know that I am just a sucker for rear kitchens and front kitchens. And this one just totally did not disappoint. It looks beautiful. It feels really just open and roomy compared to a lot of them. And that's going to be partly because of the fact that this is going to be a 101-inch wide body constructed fifth wheel. So the Alliance, the Paradigm in particular, I'm sorry, is going to be a little bit of a higher end unit, obviously, as you can probably see. But it's also going to be a little bit bigger from wall to wall. So it's going to give you absolutely massive space here in the living room. You also have the dual opposing slides. So, you know, one with your pull-out sofa over here, but then another one that I would consider a super slide over here with another pull-out sofa. You also get really nice tall, high slide heights. So I'm 6 feet tall. You're probably looking at about maybe 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", something like that. But I like how the fact that the windows are absolutely massive and they kind of match what is going on. So like, you know, with your sofa, not only can you sleep there, sit down, be comfortable, but also the window matches up with the back. And then you switch over to the dinette and notice how, again, the window is a little bit bigger because this is a little bit shorter. So you can sit down, have some breakfast, play some cards, you know, maybe sit there and have a little conversation over some coffee with honey buns and look over a really great view. You know, hopefully you're not in a building. Although I'll tell you, for shooting RV tours, Alliance has one of the nicest facilities that I have ever walked in. It is pretty darn crazy. So the window also opens up pretty cool right here. Let's see what that says. Not very good. Atrium windows. Yeah, oversized windows allows more light and fresh air. Tinted and tempered for perfection. Nice. Right there, you get the old half Dracula and the full Dracula. You know, stop the old skin from sizzling. Let enough of the light in as you want it. I also like how it's like a residential feeling wood in this, I've noticed. Babe, if you're watching, I love you. So moving along, you're also going to notice you have a flush mount floor. So it's going to be nice and flat as you're stepping into it, which really kind of helps out with that head height. But also it's going to be a true flush mount floor, so it actually pops up down into it. So it's actually flat as opposed to having like a half-inch kicker. But I think it also matches up really well, you know, with the flooring. Okay, so sofa that makes a bed here, sofa that makes a bed there. Now you have your recliners, and these are going to be the power recliners with the USBs, and just kind of the click of a button, you know, you hold it down like a light switch, and it reclines nice and... Sorry about that. I got this new iPhone, and it's got the little clicker thing on top, and keep goofing up with it. Don't like the placement of it. Like the phone, though. But what I was saying is these recline down really nice and flat so you can lay down and sleep as opposed to sleeping on the sofa. I happen to think that these are a little bit more comfortable to sleep on if you're not bringing the grandkids and don't need the extra space. But that's going to be the view that you get directly from the recliner. And you do have a smart TV so you can play, you know, your Netflix, your YouTubes, all that good stuff. And this is going to be on an angle so you can switch it over if you're having some breakfast for a little bit more, of a better viewing angle. You have the JBL speakers. This is going to be one of my favorite sound systems, simply because I like the JBL product. I think they're good. I've owned them since I've been a kid, and they're going to be zones A and B, so that's inside and outside, so you can rock on both sides. Now right here, you have this little wood block, which is nice. Just kind of for aesthetics, maybe drop something down there. I could see my wife totally putting on like her little crystal decorations or something like that, kind of making it more homey. A set of outlets, and then a massive electric fireplace that has a couple different coloring modes. But more importantly, it puts out some incredible heat. So in an RV this size, it'll heat the entirety of this back half of the unit all by itself. Now as I back up here kind of more into the full frame, you can tell it has the accent lighting, and I like how it goes all the way across, and it is the soft glow, even distributing light, so it doesn't have like little tiny prickles as you go through like some of the brands will. Now back into the back, pretty darn common setup here for a rear kitchen. However, the disposition of it is really well, because typically what you'll find is the refrigerator is going to be over into the slide. So I like how the refrigerator is in the back. I don't know too much if that is a real big advantage, but I would think not having this massive refrigerator in a slide, would probably have to help out with some sort of longevity of the unit. You have a closet right here, and you can see it's got the adjustable shelving. So that'll just be helpful if you got, cereal boxes or, whatever. Maybe, heck, you want to turn it into some extra hanging clothes because you're not bringing a ton of food. I don't know, but there's a lot of good stuff that you can do there. And the door feels like a real door. Like it's got some beef to it. Plus it's got that glass insert, and look at how that shines through there. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so this is the big boy Furrion. This thing's crazy. I don't think I've actually seen this one before. So you got the 2 pull-out drawers, the ice cube maker, and then you also have another section underneath this for all of your stuff. I mean, easily a week's worth of food, absolutely no problem. I've had to have seen this refrigerator, but it does look different than what I'm used to. I'll have to ask the rep once they get in. I got here at like 6 o'clock in the morning, so that way I can record about probably 8 RVs or so, and then I'm heading back to our high school football game at 7 o'clock. Go Falcons, baby. So just a ton of countertop space as you move around. Right back here, you have a good viewing window. I also like the fact that you have the ability to open this up and maybe throw away some like trash. I'd put like a trash bag that hangs down in there. Solid surface countertops. I'm going to double up today. Babe, if you're watching, I love you again. Appreciate you for letting me drive out and take this trip and out of town for 5 days. Utensils right into here. I like the wood frame there of the window. That does open up for a breeze. And then bada bing, bada boom. You have more storage here, and it just kind of continues along as we go. And that is going to be some super deep storage there. Plus it has that little lip just to kind of help things from falling out. The magnetic tab right here as well. And it's going to be pretty darn tough. Like, I mean, I'm not putting on a ton of pressure, but it does take a little bit of oomph. You got the old steamer stink sucker 3000 sitting right up here above the oven. So whatever you're, cooking up on here, the 4 stovetop burner, whipping up all the fixins, make sure it gets up and zips out. Residential oven, you can fit a turkey up in that bad boy, absolutely no problem. I mean, that storage is going to be the same both left and right. And then there's a sticker on there that says this can actually hold up to 90 pounds. So that is pretty darn crazy. Stainless steel undermounted bowl with the high-rise faucet, whoosh, 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 hitting those dishes from all angles. And then look how clean cut that is. I mean, that's a darn good looking undersink. Plus you got the shutoff valves there too, so if you were to spring a leak like on the hot water or the cold water, you can shut it down. Another thing I read is they have 3 15K ACs, so a total of 45,000 for the AC moments. But take a moment, drop a comment, let me know what you think. I'll get to that here in a second. That's going to be the control panel. But first, you got the little half bath, and you got the little bowling gun right there, baby. Looks like my boy Matt's been in here. So if you guys need some tank cleaner, you got liquefied right there, and toilet bowl cleaner, so that's new. Good for him. I like the LED lights there back behind. I think that looks just really sharp. Storage, and then as far as depth is concerned, fingers out, elbow deep. Porcelain foot flush throne. And then you got another steam sucker here up top. And they even have the shutoff valves in here into the bedroom or bathroom too. All right, as we're coming out, just in front of the entrance, right here is going to be your fuse box location, and then you can see you got a little room for some hanging items, and you get your control panel for all your slide outs. So all 4 of your slides, and then your 2 awnings, and then of course, you know, all your different lighting and your gas and electric heaters. So that's kind of cool. They didn't go with the tankless there. It's actually gas and electric. So the tankless one is nice because obviously it is just on-demand heat, but it sucks down all your propane. Well, if you're camping at a place that has free electric, or if you're going to be hooked up for a while, the electric is probably preferred for me because it's less expensive to go through it that way. So I actually like that fact that they did that. The whole RV industry went on a craze for those propane, you know, water heaters, and it's pretty cool to see that. Tank heaters, so that way you can, you know, camp a little bit earlier or later into the season. And then the generator, I don't know if a generator comes with it or it's optional, but when you see this, to start a generator, you just hold stop down for 5 seconds and then push it up, kicks on, and it should be, you know, running up nice and good for you. These are going to be the controls for 2 of your ACs here. Or 4 of the 2 ACs. Maybe this one doesn't have a 3rd AC. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, cool, right in the bedroom. And then 2 right in here. But look at this. I mean, talk about setting the mood. Pretty darn snazzy. No carpet zone, baby. No carpet allowed. Not today, not here. Not with Alliance, that's for sure. So you have a king size bed, so 72 by 80. I love the charging stations that they have here because it is, you know, typically there's one or the other, but this has USB, universal C, and 2 outlets, plus the other side didn't get skimped on either, so they're going to be on both sides. You also get a little bit of a, you know, reading light situation. So my wife's a big reader at night. Plop down, bada bing, bada boom. She's not leaving all the lights on, just has it beaming down straight at her. Window, window, window. All 3 open up for a good breeze. You also have a little cubby over here with another outlet, so I think that's pretty neat. I don't know what I'd put in there, but I'm sure you figure something out. 2 extra chairs, and then you see how you get the storage there up underneath. Flip it around. You're going to have an emergency exit, so pull, push, and plop if you need to. Another set of roller shades too. And then you have another smart TV along with a little bench. So if you just want to sit down and put some shoes on or get dressed, you know, do whatever you do, it just kind of helps you out. 6 pull-out drawers here. So all of them are going to be just like this. And then you get a little hidden storage where maybe you can put like gun, jewelry, you know, whatever you might be. All right, so this bathroom closet combination is definitely going to be one of my favorites. I love front bath floor plans. And I'm going to actually show the closet first. And one thing that I like too is they snapped in this first one, which has a latch right up here, but now it kind of gives you like a walk-in door feel. But I mean, look at that. Washer and dryer prep. And look at all the space that you get with the hanging bar right there. I mean, that is just, this one would be mine, and the rest would be hers. And then you got a hamper right there. Pretty cool. Love that. Plus, I mean, look at the head height in here. Again, I'm 6 feet tall, and I'm standing in the closet of an RV. That's crazy. All right, residential shower. Okay, let's see. The stickers are very helpful for your guy. One-piece fiberglass shell. I also like how you have a teak sheet, and it's going to be with the Tri-Glide glass series. So, you know, if you got a little bit of a rounder belly there, you can get right in. And this is a huge shower. I mean, look at this. You can definitely fit 2 in here if you want to get a little crazy down at the campground. Shower head there. Another mirror for another bowling gun, baby. We got more of Matt's stuff, so if your toilet's stinking, liquefy it. Window, window. Stainless steel bowl there, and then you have outlet, outlet, your controls. 6 more drawers, which is incredible. I mean, this is a ton of storage for a bathroom. And then you have another sink with, again, with the shutoff valve, so love to see it. But all right, guys, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Now I'm going to head around the outside, take a couple minutes there and kind of show you what she's all about, where the things are located. But again, it's the 2025 Alliance Paradigm 382RK. And again, in the link, there will be all those specifications there for you. So as we step out, I was walking out on the solid surface steps that you can flip up into the doorway. You also have the extra large grab handle with the safe T-rail. They also went with the white awning arms, which I think look pretty sharp. A lot of the industry has the black, but with their paint scheme, I think it appears a little bit, you know, nicer, a little bit more high-end that way. You do have LED lights underneath the 2 awnings, but I love the fact that the awning goes pretty much the entirety of the camper itself, so you can provide a lot of good shade, hangout area for your picnic tables, you know, all of that good stuff. Here on the front, it's got one of the better front caps in the game. I like the Alliance, how it cuts through that A2, and it's got kind of that textured look to it. Pretty darn cool. And then, I mean, come on, imagine that at night sitting at the campground, how easy it's going to be to find your camper that way. You got the Rotoflex. This is a little bit of a pivoting head, so as you're kind of moving, you know, it'll help take out some of that chucking and bucking there for you. And then you have some pretty good exterior storage here. You got the cutouts where you could put, you know, like a generator or something like that if you would like to right here. Your disconnects. And then your solar charge controller for the solar that's on the road. I don't know what solar is up top, but I will make sure to put that down in the description as well. You don't know what kind of solar is on top, do you? That's okay, I'll put it in the description. So right here, you got your 20-pound propane tank. And then again, it is a 101-inch wide body. So again, the stickers are coming in helpful, but what you're gonna get is absolutely massive, massive pass-through storage. Aluminum frame construction all throughout, and then it's gonna be welded at all points. And then one thing that they started to do, which I thought was pretty cool, is the first time I've ever heard of an RV doing it, was they put all their slide out controls and awning controls out here. So when you get out of the truck, you don't have to walk all the way up inside. You can actually access it from right here, which I thought was pretty neat. When they first came out with that, I thought that was a pretty darn slick idea. 6-point hydraulic auto leveling. And then notice how the kind of the skirting hides up a little bit better. Heated and enclosed underbelly. You got your dual axle, and let's see what they got here. You might want to go ahead and take a pause there. Kind of going over the suspension. Then you have 2 outlets. And then heading up the back, you have your 2-inch receiver and a 4-way flat. So I would assume it's probably got a 300-pound hitch rating, 3,000-pound pull rating, but just to be safe, I want you guys to look that up before you start pulling anything. But even on the back side, I mean, the paint job is just looking super sharp. You also have the ladder to get on top of your fully walkable roof, check your seals, check your slides. You're also going to be prepped for slide toppers on each slide as well. So if you want to put on a slide topper, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically a piece of awning that goes from here to here, and it prevents debris from falling on top of your unit. More storage for more stuff. Sewer outlet connection, and let's see if I'm feeling skinny today. Oh yeah, baby. There's your other dump, your 50 amp cord, the back end of your hot water heater. And then this is going to be the back end of your pass-through storage where you have all the electric controls for your dump valves. You got your slide out controls over here too as well, which is pretty sweet. And then hot and cold water in the form of an outside shower with all your bypass valves, black tank flush, you know, city water hookup. Which if you're not familiar with that, that's basically a sprinkler system there for your poop tank. You have another propane bottle behind here, and then your control for your auto leveling. But all right, guys, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Again, this is the 2025 Alliance Paradigm 382 RK. My name is Hunter. Have a great day. See you. Meow, 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 no, 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 no. Show no, 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 no.